Hello there. This is an impromptu live. Someone said, how can we enhance our intuition? I think the pendulum is the best way to enhance intuition because it's so easy and it's so straightforward. The interpretation is sort of limited. A little more yes, no, not yet, maybe, that kind of thing. So when you ask a question and you get an answer from your pendulum and you record it in a journal, it's very cut and dried, and you can go back and see if you were accurate or not, and what were the circumstances. So you kind of get a feel for it. And then once those psychic doors start opening in one area, you'll notice they start to open in other areas as well. The other way that it's easy for some people to begin opening up is through dream work. When you're asleep, that subconscious is open and it's easier for you to understand things, to get messages from the other side. Intuition puts things together in a different way. Sometimes there are symbols. And that's why I think it's very difficult to read another person's dreams, because a lot of times the symbols are unique to you. And the most important part of developing intuition or psychic skills is believing you have them and trusting them. Because there's going to be a lot of people who, when they find out you're doing this, are going to doubt you. And even the very best psychics that were tested in a laboratory, the best, were 80% accurate. So it tells you a couple of things. It tells you that the messages don't always come through maybe completely. Maybe they're not always understood completely. It tells you that energy and circumstances shift and change. There is no predestined fate. The way that, movies show it, things shift, the wheel turns. So if you're even hitting 50%, and you're learning, that's really strong indication. The other thing about the psychic gifts is you have to make time and space for them. If you are stressed or anxious, it's going to crowd out any space for psychic gifts to emerge. There are also certain kinds of medication that tend to block that. So the more natural your lifestyle can be, eating healthy foods, trying not to take medication unless it's needed. Find out what works for you. Quiet time where you can really meditate. That makes a big difference. You need to have that space. For some people, being in nature really triggers that. There's something about the sounds in nature, the smells in nature that come together in a very unique way to stimulate that connection, that energetic connection we have with the universe. There's nothing else like it. Another thing that helps is inviting in ancestors. You have to invite in ancestors or spirit guides to communicate with you because of very strong self-will protection issues. So that's another thing. Dedicating a space where you can talk to ancestors or spirit guides, where you can meditate and connect with them. Another thing is lighting a candle, because not only does that lend energy to the unseen, staring into a candle as a meditation helps open the pineal gland. That flame, for some reason, our brain, it opens up. Also, I burn wormwood, which kind of opens that up. Rosemary also is very helpful to clear space and to help awaken our psychic senses. I have lots of amethyst. If you've ever had a reading for me, you'll see your cards are pretty much surrounded by beautiful amethyst geode clusters. And that's because this resonates at a frequency that helps to open those psychic gifts. I always surround myself, with the scent, with the crystals, with the things that make an environment conducive. In my room, I have all these green plants on shelves here with crystals also that help bring that energy in. I try to keep my space at a high vibrational level. So those are some of the things that you can do. A while back, I wrote about the clairs. I did a video on the clairs. If you go back in my feeds, you can find it. And there was a meditation to help you see which of your gifts might be the strongest, because you can start there. Start with the strongest and the others will follow. Cleansing yourself regularly really helps facilitate the flow of energy because you're cleansing away anything negative that could be a blockage. Actually physically showering and stating that intention that you're cleansing yourself from any negative or stagnant energy from any energy that does not serve your highest good. I am cleansed, I am free. One of the things I like to do is use a salt scrub to help do that. And if I don't have a salt scrub, my little liquid wash, and I sprinkle a little salt right on that and wash with that, and it rinses away. That helps you vibrate at a higher level, blocks anything that's standing in the way of your easily being able to access your spiritual gifts. So there's a lot of different ways to develop them. There are guided visualizations that are meditations on YouTube that are very good. Start, if you need to, with those guided meditations because they can really help you train your mind and flex muscles you don't usually use. That's what you're doing when you're saying you want to open up your psychic gifts. You want to flex muscles that you may not ordinarily use. It's important to do that. There's different ways of being psychic. So don't judge your psychic gifts by how another person's psychic gifts operate. Everybody is unique. Everybody is different. If you're interested, go back through. I can't remember when I posted some stuff. It was this month, and there were a couple of videos about psychic gifts, and one talked about children, helping children with psychic gifts. And this is something families can do together to open up a space in your house and put those crystals out. And for even a child to have a place to go to meditate or to sit quietly and soak that energy up. Children really take to this stuff. If you have a suggestion of what you'd like to see me post on, you have a question, if you can DM me, that's very helpful because then I know what to focus on. What format works best for you? What would you like to see? I'm still working on developing a class working with pendulums. So many blessings.